So as the ODPP, we have created a mapping tool to be able to assist us to identify what the different hotspot areas are, and also what are going to be the predominant crimes that we're dealing with. The importance of us being able to do this is that it will allow us to identify now and even going forward, what type of issues do we need to deal with? So whenever we're doing community dialogues, what are we sensitizing the different communities on? What are we working with other stakeholders to deal with? So this is the mapping tool, and because we're launching the call center today, we'll start with how we'll be receiving calls and how we'll take down this information. So as you can see there, from the mapping tool, you're able to access a form. From that form, the first information that we'll be taking down is the name of the complainant. So Gerald is typing a name that I cannot see, but a name is happening. If the complainant is calling us from an agency, so let's say NCIC or IBC who just want to clarify something, we'll be able to take down that information. After that, we'll be able to take down the phone number. Now, the importance of this is in case we need to follow up on the issue and call the person back, we're able to easily do that. So we don't want to assume that when we get a call, we're done with the issue. So this is just in case we need to follow up, we have that record. Now, we also are aware that just because we've said it's a call center for election offenses, that it should go beyond that. So if someone needs to call us about just a follow-up of their case, they can do that. We're not going to turn you away. So for categorizing, we do have the option of other, but if it's an election offense or hate speech offense, we also cover that. Now we go down to the description part, and this allows us to go further into what the issue that the person is describing to us. So if it's an other, we can tell that one of the calls we received was someone following up on one of their files, and we were able to help them with that. So yeah, as I said, it doesn't have to be election-related offenses. We're here to serve the public, regardless of what the issue is. So after that, we have the date, obviously, just to know when we've received calls, and also to just be able to understand the volume of calls that we're receiving in any given day. Now, because it's a mapping tool, it allows us to put down the county that we're receiving the call from, and this just allows us to now do the mapping. So we can be able to tell where are we receiving most of the calls from and what are their issues. The latitude and longitude part of the form automatically fills out. The prosecutor will then go ahead to fill out the county again. And then we have action. So are we referring the person who's called us to another agency? Are we telling them we're going to look at their case and call them back? So action just covers all of those parameters of what have we decided to do. Now we then have action officer. So the call center will be manned by a group of 8 people in different shifts, and it's just good to know for accountability purposes who exactly is receiving the call and who's going to act on it. And then we have status. So status is maybe it's been resolved, maybe it's pending, maybe it's been forwarded to another department. After all of this information has been captured, we then submit it, and it will automatically appear on our mapping system in real time. So we're able to see in real time exactly what the issues we're dealing with are. So that's the form that right now Gerald just filled in, and as you can see at the click of a button, you're able to see exactly the type of complaints that we're receiving. Now, this is actually very complementary to what we're collecting in regards to election offenses and hate speech. So the amazing thing is we realize that not every case that someone has will necessarily will reach us through a charge sheet. And so we're able to fill in the gap of no charge sheet with the call center. And now in regards to charge sheets that we receive, we have the form for election offenses. So here we're able to take down the name of the prosecutor, the name of the accused, the date of the offense. We have broad categories for classification purposes in regards to the type of offenses, whether it falls under use of sexual and gender-based violence, whether it's intimidation, whether it's ballot stuffing, whether it's voter intimidation. Like, we're able to capture all of that information. And then in the description, we're able to take down exactly what the laws that were contravened were. So, we're mapping. So we're back to the mapping aspect of it. We're able to take down the county and able to take down the court station, so we can know exactly which court station the issue has gone to. Now we implemented into the mapping tool the decision to charge. And there we're able to say yes or no. And this also fills in the gaps where maybe the police have more matters that they've reported and we have less, to see why, because we possibly didn't go ahead and charge it. And at the status part, we give the reasons why, which is maybe we needed more evidence or further investigation. And all of that then comes into, as you can see now, that is the data that includes both the charge sheets that we've received and the call center complaints. And we're able to get a really holistic view of what is happening in the country as the prosecutor's office. And yeah, so in the data aspect of it, it can be further refined. So all of the information can be gotten through here. It can be refined by offense category, the county, and even the timeline, and it just allows us to keep breaking down this information. And further, all of this information can also be downloaded into an Excel sheet file. So, yeah. Thank you.